Hey guys, it's July 30th. I'm Chris.
I'm Mark. Good morning.
Our first story is ESPN has suspended Stephen A. Smith for about a week for the comments he made regarding Ray Rice and his suspension.
Yeah.
It was a bad case with Ray Rice. He was caught on tape dragging his fiancée unconscious out of an elevator. The NFL suspended him.
Not just for that. Witnesses say that he pretty much uppercutted her. He threw an uppercut. He hit her like he would hit like a guy. And this guy's like a star football. He's a running back. He's a star. He's a big boy. You know what I mean? And so that's a big deal. And 2-day suspension.
Yeah, personally, for Ray Rice, I don't think the 2-game suspension is enough. And then the fact that a guy on ESPN, a commentator, is basically blaming her for the situation for provoking. I think the NFL right now has a really big PR problem, and they're not dealing with issues in the right way. To counter Ray Rice, Josh Gordon, who tested slightly positive for marijuana use, has been banned for a year.
That's madness. Right
By
there,
a guy
that's
who
madness.
beats his wife.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit of marijuana, you can't play for a year. Slap around your wife, well, sit it out for a couple games.
You throw in
the
concussion scandals, you throw in the Washington Redskins name debacle, and the NFL just has to kind of start policing itself a little bit better.
It's not just the NFL. ESPN's been in hot water too before with a lot of comments, particularly with regards to journalists making comments to female journalists or makeup people. It's been a few years now that a few things have come up. We won't get into naming names, but people have been fired or reprimanded because of this. And I mean, it's that whole sort of stereotypical jock, male kind of, wrong and strong, culture, which I really think needs a bit of a mental makeover to understand that we don't live in the 60s anymore, guys.
Yeah, sports is one of the last bastions for this kind of old mentality, and it really needs to change.
Absolutely.
10 million gallons of water spilled out on Sunset Boulevard and onto the UCLA campus last night.
UCLA pipe burst, it's crazy.
The pictures are incredible.
Yeah.
Geysers, streets being blown open, girls body surfing. A couple guys used this well as a hot tub.
Yeah. My favorite part of this story is that no classes were canceled. That's just business as usual. Everyone's just well, you still gotta learn. So I just imagine people in raincoats and kayaks, asking questions.
There's, I think the photo that sums it up for me is that the newly renovated pavilion where they have basketball games, volleyball games, gymnastics. It's flooded. Water everywhere. It's ruined. But there's a guy in the middle, and he's just standing there with a mop. He's knee deep in water. It's
amazing.
Good for him. He's trying.
Good initiative. Good initiative. A for effort.
Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber have a beef.
Yeah.
And apparently that beef is Miranda Kerr.
A big beef. A very attractive
so
beef.
The two kind of got into a bit of a scuffle last night in Spain. Bloom kind of ignored Bieber when he came to say hi. Bieber made some off-color comments.
Off-color comments. I think he called him. I think he said, "What's up, bitch?"
Well, then he said,
witnesses say, or the TMZ video says, Bieber said to Bloom, "What's up, bitch?" I don't know. Listen, I don't want to promote violence. I don't think it's the right, I don't think it's the right course of action in most situations. But if someone says, "What's up, bitch?" and they're a little bitch. No, I'm sorry. No. That's the gin talking. I apologize. That's the gin talking. No, but it's just this guy is hooking up with your ex-wife, who of course you have feelings for, and then he kind of gets in your face, and we all know that Bieber has that kind of a little annoying guy attitude.
Well, he also made a mention of oh, she was good or something like that.
Oh my God! I mean,
dirty.
Who amongst us wouldn't have taken a swing? I don't know. Gandhi maybe.
And then even afterwards, Bieber posted a picture of Kerr on his Instagram as kind of a haha.
Yeah, and then he deleted it.
He deleted it. So hopefully this is not over.
But I love how social media is just exploding with Bloom is a hero, Orlando Bloom is Legolas for president. Anyway.
A really cool study out is saying that if you want to basically cut your risk of dying down, just take a 7-minute jog every day.
Cool.
It's about 45% less risk from dying of heart disease than somebody who just doesn't run.
I love this because I actually run, even though it doesn't show. I also like ribs, so that's a problem. But yeah, running is a great way to kind of clear your mind. But I love the 7 minutes a day. Who doesn't have 7 minutes to go for a jog every day? That's amazing. I love that story.
It's really cool. And the best part is that you don't actually even have to overdo it, because compared to people who ran about 3 hours a week, no added benefits. So just really get off your ass for 420 seconds a day.
7 minutes, guys.
This is a kind of a sad, depressing story. Most Americans are, 35% Americans are in debt and have their debt sent to collections.
Yep.
You're walking down the street, 1, 2, 3, that guy, that guy, that guy.
Yep.
Maybe you.
It's a sad state of affairs.
It's, the economy's kind of like on the upswing right now, but the biggest problem is that salaries have been static. So people just aren't really making any more money.
Right, and housing is astronomical. Like most major cities, like how do you live in New York? Like which is a crazy example, but even like places like Las Vegas as well. You know what I mean? How do you buy homes in these major cities? Like you have to live in the outskirts, like you
Yeah,
know?
the thing was like there's the housing market where some of the harder places to live have shot back up, but where people had invested money are still crashing. So if you invested in the wrong type of property, you're still getting screwed.
It's almost like home ownership is now only for the super rich, which is a weird place for the world to be at. So I don't know, you can just build yourself a shack maybe and live there. Affordable.
If you're looking, guys, there's a lot of resources on our site for getting out of debt, so check those out.
That's cool.
See you tomorrow, guys.
All right, guys, take care.